But there's an interesting question on the whole, like why we're doing what we're doing. So back to, I don't have a great answer. I mean, there's something with motivation. I haven't been able to figure this out exactly, but like, if your motivation is watching Rocky and then going out and do something, that's only gonna last,
Yeah.
an hour, or however, one day, one workout, until you watch it again.
Yeah.
And each time you watch, it's gonna be less and less. Or my motivation, and like I've been trying to figure out myself, like why I keep doing the things I do. And I don't have a great answer. It just, I know that I'm getting positive benefits out of it. I feel short term and long term. Like there's just, like somebody that's unhealthy asks you why you're doing this stuff, and I can't help but think, and the cocky side of me comes like, well, look at I look healthy and you don't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's this, that's a short-term thing, but the healthier you can, I mean, I look at life, like I told you, longevity is a big motivator for me. I think about that, like, because I don't want to be doing things that I think are gonna shorten my life. I want to extend my ability to enjoy life, and I feel like the longer you keep your body in a healthy, like the end of life. I mean, our grandparent, when muscle mass deteriorates and your overall health starts to slip, it goes. And the healthier you are later into life, the longer you can kind of keep that going, the longer that arc's going to be, right?
Yeah.
Get it out there. So I think about that a lot. That's definitely a big motivator for me. And it's like, the healthier I am now, the healthier I will be later.
Yep.
And I feel like, I have my there's the short-term goals, which I love setting goals. I love achieving goals. I mean, like hanging from a bar. I mean, how simple of a thing. Like literally a week ago, I decided, 2 weeks ago now, I decided my grip strength was pretty pathetic. Little did I know it was just the bar he was using was much more grippy than mine. I kid, but
I was using glue.
Right. But in a week, I find this intoxicating for me. Like, in a week, I was able to transform, go from having a minute I could hang at my max potential. I mean, literally maxing out. In 2 weeks, I'm holding a minute 45.
Yeah.
Like, I just changed my body. I changed the trajectory of my body right there.
Yep.
Like, I can, and I'm constantly thinking, I told you this, what's possible?
Yeah.
Well, what? 26 was impossible. Now 50 is possible.
Yeah.
Like, I've changed the trajectory of my body, my life, if I stayed that person I was in, early 2000s, I'd be in a place where I'm sure I'd be on heart medications and, blood pressure meds, and well, I've avoided that.
Yep.
I've pushed that off. If that comes, it's going to be later because
Yep.
of the trajectory I'm on. So I think for me, just the simple answer why I do this is just healthier as long as I can.
Yeah.
But but it's not, but once again, that's just such a small part of it.
Right.
But what is that? I don't know what.
I think that's an answer that is recognizable, that other people can be like, okay, I get it. Like you want to have longevity with your kids and quality of life in your older years. But like we've said before, there's probably less extreme ways to accomplish that same task, right, and not have to sacrifice hours and injuries and all kinds of other things. So I agree that's a part of it. It's not a part that I reflect on very much. But I mean, you were doing this. You know, you were doing triathlons and other health-related and fitness-related activities. But would you say that in the last year or so, your desire to push the limit has gone up?
Yeah, yeah, and there's a point where, like, so if you're training for a 5K, right? It doesn't take long to train. You know, pretty much anybody out there can get off the couch and walk a 5K. You can get a 5K, and even if you have a performance goal, you can train. Like, I look at some of the shorter distance triathlons I've done. You know, it was like 3 months of being focused, and then I let things slide on the other end. But now that thanks to you, I have these insane goals of running 100 miles and beyond, and even Ironman. Like, when I started getting into Ironman, it's like I can't let myself slip as much to be able to finish that.
Yeah.
And then it becomes a year-long pursuit. Like, and it's constantly checking myself, and I'm weak, and then I give in a lot. Like, literally, I told you, every week, like, it's almost like every Monday, it's like I check myself. Like,
Yeah.
okay, you lost a little bit there, get back focused. Because if I let it slip too far, then I have to focus on losing those 15 pounds, and that becomes a focus, which instead of, yeah, I mean, to run 100 miles is a year-long pursuit. Like,
Yeah.
you don't just do that.
Right.
So that, and that's been nice. I mean, as we pushed, as the goals have got to a point, wherever that tipping point was, it's like, okay, this has to be a full-time commitment to get the goals I want. But I also think those things fall in line with my kind of longevity thoughts and things that yeah. But the whole motivation thing is like, I don't know what motivates me. I don't even feel like I am motivated. Like, I don't feel like I need motivation. It's such a weird, I just do it. And I don't know where it comes from. Like, maybe it's just because it's been such a pattern in my life. It's a habit, it's an addiction
Yeah.
at this point.
Yeah.
So somebody that's starting off, you know, they need, you know, if you're starting running, it's like, what gets you out of bed to go run every single day, or 6 days a week, 5 days, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Or what keeps you doing it long term? I really don't know what to tell them.
Yeah.
Because it's just part of who I am at this
Yeah.
point.
Yeah, I think motivation is just kindling. And to
Right.
sustain a fire, you have to have big, heavy logs.
But I don't even
To
know what
burn.
that is. I mean, like I say, longevity, that's kind of like, I feel like that's BS too. Like,
Yeah.
it is something that I think about, but there's never a point where I'm like, okay, I need to live longer, let's go run. Like, it's like, I'm trying to, I think probably, if anything, like, I'm trying to, you're talking about potential, that's probably more of a thing, like, how much did I leave on the table today?
Yeah.
Could I have done more? And I think how many little opportunities are missed. Like, now adding in, like I added in 100 squats a week, and now I'm up to, I was hanging for 1 minute a day, and now I'm up to 5 already. And I haven't lost anything in my schedule. Like,
Yeah.
there's been no, like,
Right.
we're talking like a commercial comes on, I'll go hang for 30 seconds,
Yeah.
or I'll throw in some squats, or like, I've kind of inched up closer to that potential in my day,
Yeah.
and less wasted time,
Yep.
and I've got benefit out of that. But what motivates that? It's just, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think about what we're doing in terms of longevity. I think of it more in terms of consistency, but they have the same kind of outcome, which is I've just, in my older age, recognized that, yeah, motivation comes and goes, but to maintain a high quality of life where you're living up to your potential, you have to be consistent.
Right.
And that consistency takes sacrifice. And it doesn't matter if your goal is 100 miles or just waking up earlier in the day. That consistency is still going to put you in a state of discomfort. Because anytime you choose to do something continuously consistent, as long as it's a healthy objective, it's like if you're going to choose to do that consistently, no matter what age you start for the rest of your life, it's going to take sacrifice. It's going to take being uncomfortable. It's going to take being misunderstood too. You know, in diet's a good one because I think everybody goes through it, but there are only ways to see the benefit of a prescribed diet, whatever type of diet, is to do it consistently. And it might put you in a place where you have cravings or you don't like the food you're eating, but you got to do it consistently to see the long-term longevity health benefits. But you'll be in situations, and we've talked about this, where if fasting is one of your goals, you're going to have to be in a socially awkward situation where you're not eating, and people are asking you like, "What are you doing? Why are you doing this?" And so motivation. I mean, yeah, there's days where I'll put on the music before I hit the road, or I'll watch a movie and I'll get all amped up. But it's more about making the conscious decision that this is a lifestyle that I believe in, and I believe there's value to, and so I'm going to commit myself consistently to it. And I don't know. A good friend of mine asked me, "Is like, so you're going to hit 100 miles and that's it?" You know, and I said, "I'm pretty sure this is my lifestyle now, whether it's running, ultra runs, or something comparable to that."
Right.
The goal is that daily, consistent, physical, mental, spiritual discomfort, because that's where I know I'm growing.
Right.
And that's what I'm signing up for. I think the benefits are long-term health and short-term health and feeling good about yourself. I mean, there's all kinds of things that come out of that.
Right. And it's